Bathroom blitz, bathroom blitz. It was a sprint for a spritz, an emergency of the Code 2 kind, and nobody was having a good time in the Space Mountain queue as one guest decided to push, shove, and bludgeon their way up in front where no restroom has been found before. What are we talking about? Well, ladies and gentlemen, a fight broke out, one-sided perhaps, inside one of Disney's most iconic attractions for a trip to the potty that could not be found. Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is That Park Place, and yes, I know this is going to be one that could be perceived as humorous. But folks, we're dealing actually with something serious because somebody got injured in this. Don't injure yourselves, though, when you click that like button. Do it gently. Your index finger loves you. Folks, my index finger is pointing towards these two great guys, Vash Sky and Jonas J. Campbell, as we get to talk about a man who could not stand any longer in the Space Mountain queue. At least that's his defense for why he was so offensive in his trip to find the toilet, the Louvre.
It's a crazy story, one that I didn't expect out of, Magic Kingdom, Space Mountain. But here you go. Walt Disney World News has this story. Michigan man hospitalized his guest at Space Mountain because he needed to use the bathroom. This by Gretchen, October 26th, 2025.
I don't know why this is shocking you guys. This is pretty much my brother's entire life story. His autobiography would be titled something similar to this.
I didn't get a copy of that, Pro.
He'll kill me for saying that.
Man of teeny bladder.
I guess was arrested following an incident at Magic Kingdom that involved him running to the bathroom, reportedly knocking another guest into a railing and causing them to be hospitalized. Authorities arrested Faraz Syed, I believe, 38, of Oakland, Michigan, following a September 27th incident at Walt Disney World. He is facing misdemeanor battery charge. Syed's attorney did not respond to a request for comment from Walt Disney World News today. The incident took place by the exit hallway of Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom. Faraz Syed said that he was hurrying out of Space Mountain because he had to go to the bathroom. However, Syed reportedly ran to another guest, also exiting Space Mountain at the same time. The unnamed victim said that he was waiting in line to exit the ride when Syed tried to walk past him. The victim was walking toward the exit, which seemingly had a line of guests all leaving at the same time. When Syed tried to get past the victim, they had a conversation. Quote, "You can wait in line like everybody else," said the victim. Quote, "You don't want to do this." That's when the victim called Syed became extremely aggressive, wanting to fight, and ran into him full speed, the arrest report said.
All right, hold there for a minute, Vash. Hold there for a minute,
Please.
Which is what everybody should do if you need this kind of thing, is hold. I need to explain real quick for folks out there. And Disney, get out there and pressure wash that thing. The Space Mountain in Florida is a very, very strange ride in a lot of ways. And one of those strange ways is that when you exit the ride, you get back in line again. Really, if you listen to the intro, we talked about waiting in line. It's a weird thing. Cue the Rachel Zegler. Weird, because you get off of Space Mountain and you get on a moving sidewalk that takes you a very long distance by all of these displays and weird kind of things. And finally, you get off the ride. But it's strange. And the reason for it is because of the way that this was set with the train tracks. And it's a long path to get you back to the theme park. Okay.
Right.
So what I think happened here is they're all on the moving sidewalk, and this guy, he's got to go potty. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that you know what it feels like when I don't want to get into biology too much, Jonas. Will you forgive me, Jonas, if I go into biology for just a moment?
Oh, please do. Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's the ascending, the transverse, and the descending colon. My brother has told me all about it. And when it's kind of like a roller coaster ride, Vash. Okay, imagine it like a lift hill and then the descent. And what this man experienced after enjoying Space Mountain was that the passengers within his intestinal fortitude suddenly took a dip. And they reached rock and roller coaster levels of speed, and he needed to find a place to be, lest his sphincter be tried out in ways that it might not withstand. This man who was in front of him may not have recognized the I've got that issue face, which you've all seen on your 3-year-old or 5-year-old before, folks. You know the look of, oh boy, it's happening. So he didn't perceive the cold sweat. And he didn't say what he should have said to the man. I don't know. I'm inserting myself a little bit in this situation. A fight broke out. I don't know if the trip to the restroom was successful or not. What a sad thing if all this happened and he didn't make it. That would be sad. Vash, what do you got? What do you got on this report?
Well, the issue too is that the person or the victim might have had actually back surgery, which makes this even more devastating, and why he was transported to the hospital in the first place. Walt Disney World News today continues. The victim accused said of running into him at full force, knocking him into the railing and the wall of the Space Mountain exit path. The victim, who previously had back surgery, went to the hospital because of the pain, according to a new released records from the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Following the victim's fall, Said reportedly hurried away. Well, I guess with the issues that you talk about, bro, maybe that's why he ran in that instance right there. But according to this, it looks like they got him. And
well, it's not hard to catch a man who's in a stall.
I suppose so. That's wouldn't want to be in
Jonas,
that position.
I think this is unfortunate on all accounts. I hate that somebody got hospitalized. I hate that this happened. It sounds to me like there was just a very strong miscommunication. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. But Jonas, when in doubt, there's a lesson here, I think. Folks, I know that some of you get frustrated when other people are pushing you. The number of times that I have been damaged by a stroller unaware of my ankles. It's been there a number of times. And you just have to allow the park and the authorities within the park to handle these sorts of things. Don't get between a desperate man and his water closet. Jonas, your thoughts?
What's interesting is I don't believe that this guy had to use the bathroom that bad.
No.
I think this is within the realm of possibility. That why would he stop him if it was on the way out of the ride?
Here we go again.
Into the ride or on the way out?
It's on the way out. Here we go again. The colon conspiracy theorist is here,
Jonas.
Jonas.
To buy merch that badly? Yeah. Well, maybe if it was on his way out of the ride, yes. He wanted to make sure he didn't have an in-show exit there.
Jonas, you doubt the do of the situation. Is that what you're claiming?
I think he had to come up with something to tell the police. I'll say that.
Maybe he was just in a hurry. We don't know this, folks. This is blurry to us. Jonas says he was just in a hurry, and the excuse of the potty express was expressed in a way to get out of the distress of the situation.
I have to throw that in there. That
allegedly.
Exactly. This is something where if I have a 6-year-old, okay, or a 4-year-old, and we need to get out, and they're like, hey, kid here, we don't know what's going to come out of this kid, so just get out of the way unless you want it on you, okay?
Jonas? What if the man ate at the Pinocchio Village House? That melted cheese sauce, it'll do stuff to you.
That's on the other side of the park. But yeah, that could have been it. If it was number 2 as opposed to number 1, maybe that's it. And we've all been on a roller coaster, probably not Space Mountain though. It's actually pretty tame as far as roller coasters go, other than, why was someone riding Space Mountain if they had back problems? That's another thing that I want to bring out here.
That's interesting.
I don't mean to call everybody liars in this, but the more I think about this,
you do this all the time, every time.
The more allegedlys I'm going to have to throw out into this one. Like, why are you on Space Mountain if you got back problems, buddy?
That's a fair point right there.
That ain't a smooth ride.
We take Jonas to theme parks
with his other family.
And I hope he's fine. I hope everybody's fine.
We take Jonas to theme parks. I swear to you, every time we get in line, he looks at the little old lady in front of us and said, "Why are you here?" She says, "I'm thirsty. I'm here to get water." And Jonas says, "You lie," and proceeds to make her cry.
Thirsty. I'm here to get water, but she's in 21 and over. In the GOA2, it's Spaceship Earth.
Oh boy. Well, folks, that's the situation that happened here. We need to give the everybody who's viewing this, though, more than just laughs, guys. And it's not a laughing matter. Somebody got hospitalized, and who knows what'll go on. Maybe there'll be more to the story. Guys, let's talk about restroom strategy real quick. Vash, you're a Disneyland man. People don't know this.
Yes.
You're a Disneyland man. Where's the best place to go when you got to go at Disneyland?
One of the best restrooms in the park actually is going to be right outside the exit of Space Mountain, ironically enough, right underneath where the mountain actually sits. Right there, they were recently refurbished right there. That is not a bad place for sure. Also, too, I've had some great success with the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge restrooms and the Bayou Country restrooms.
I'm glad to hear you've had success. If you had come on this channel in this video right now and said, "I have failed at these restrooms," we would have serious conversations about what that meant.
What you don't want to do, well, I mean success and failure because, man, boy, if you go to the New Orleans Square restrooms, for example, that...
I just want to let everybody know I'm batting 100% on restroom success at the Disney parks. I've never failed yet. And God forbid that I do. Jonas, where do you do the do when you got to go at Disney World?
Wherever there happens to be a restroom, I go.
No, but there are better restrooms
frequently.
than others, Jonas.
Yeah, there are better restrooms than others, but generally speaking, especially with littles, you have to go to the nearest one possible.
That's right.
New Orleans Square restrooms off limits.
That's right. In Magic Kingdom, folks, don't tell them I told you this, okay? Don't go out there and spread this. Don't put it out there in the strategy guides and say Pro did this, because you're going to ruin everybody else's restrooms times who know about it. So keep it to yourselves. But Tortuga Tavern has some secret restrooms if you want to go there. Very, very nice. Storybook Circus is not bad either, especially if you go there at a time when the train has not just dumped everybody off. In Epcot, I recommend going to the restrooms that are hidden away near the cast member area at the Imagination Pavilion. Also, the American Adventure area, opposite side of the barbecue place, not bad at all. Hollywood Studios, there's nowhere good to go anymore. I kid. There are restrooms located outside of One Man's Journey, outside of the theater, that is in between there and where the kitchen is for Woody's Roundup Barbecue. That's a good restroom hidden away that nobody knows about. Well, until right now. And in Animal Kingdom, most of the restrooms are good to go to. But if I want to cheat a little bit, Rafiki's Planet Watch. Nobody's over there, so nobody's in the restrooms either. And if that doesn't work, slip on over to the Rainforest Cafe, and you can enjoy the sweet, sweet, dulcet sounds of Volcano as you go and go. Guys, that's the restroom report from WDW Pro. No hospitalizations required.
Do they still look at you funny if you ask where the bathroom is in Galaxy's Edge, or do they wait for you to say where the refreshers are?
What do you say? Bright suns? Is that it? Bright suns! It hits me.
Bright suns, where are the restrooms? No, the refreshers, sir. Please.
All right.
Just point to them.
If you found this video engaging in any way, illuminating in any way, if you feel relief watching this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And if you haven't done it yet, well, I'm going to tell you again, consider subscribing to That Park Plays for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.